everyone, and happy Saturday to you. Welcome to Book Chat. I'm your host, author Vivian Moore. I'm so glad that you tuned in today to listen to the show. I appreciate you and wait for your comments on today's show and all the ones to follow. I hope that everyone is having a good weekend. I know that we had a bit of rain earlier in the week, or the latter part of the week here. And also it was cold, but it was perfect because, that's what we expect for fall weather. But, the coldness and the rain actually help the trees the leaves on the trees to change those beautiful colors that we love seeing. And I have a dogwood that sits in my front yard. And this is one of my favorite times of the year because I wait for that tree to turn those magnificent colors. And this year, it's just absolutely beautiful. It's like a reddish, orangey color. And I asked my son today if he would take a photo of it for me because his camera just seems to take better. Well, his phone actually seems to take better photos than mine does. Or either maybe his hand is just a bit more steadier than mine is. And so we get a better picture that way. But I hope that your week went well and that you're ready to listen to the little tidbits of wisdom that I have for you today. But before we get to the show, what I always do, I want to give out these URLs to give you a way to communicate with me, whether you listen to the show live or if you listen to it after it's finished broadcasting, or if you want to, reach me on social media. However, the medium that you use to contact me, please use all of them that I will make available for you today. And so, excuse me, we're going to start with the first one. And of course, that is my Spreaker account. And this is what I broadcast the show over. So let's get to that, which it is https://www.spreaker.com/user/author Vivian Moore. You can also reach out to me on Facebook. And my Facebook address is https:// that is facebook.com/Vivian Moore. You can also check out my Pinterest page if you want to. I have some interesting stuff out there. And, if you go out there and take a look at it, you'll see that I am a huge Outlander and Poldark fan. And Beauty and the Beast. Those are some of my favorites. But I also have pages out there that center around what I love to do best, and that's writing and reading. So you can also check out those pages as well. But that is at https://www.pinterest.com/Vivian Moore48. My Twitter handle, I can't talk. My Twitter handle is God's Property 46, and you can also check out my Instagram page, which is https://Instagram.com/God's Property 51. I have a website, and that is https://vivianmoore.wixsite. That's wixsite.com/author Vivian Moore. And also you can check out my blogs, which I upload directly after the show, and that is at vivianmoore.blogspot.com. You can also check out the show on AutoTunes, and you can check out my author's page on Amazon.com. All right, and the link for that is also everything that I've just given you is you can find it on my Instagram page, because I do upload this information, and also on Facebook. You can find it on there as well. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to today's show. The title of today's show is Keep On Truckin', Baby. And the topic is perseverance versus adversity. The lyrics of this song, it came to me, and I thought, wow, ain't nothing holding me back. I'll keep right on trucking. This is simple but powerful words, and they spoke to me, and I said, yeah, this is what it's all about. Much love to Eddie Kendricks, who made it a #1 hit. We all know how hard it is sometimes to maintain a personal drive and whatever it is that inspires us, mainly because we lose focus. distracted by negative energy that surrounds us like enemies. And we listen to the hype, good or bad, and we allow that to dictate our future. Listen to me. I know in this life, God is in control of everything, but still, He gave us the wherewithal to be go getters, to set our minds and goals on whatever direction we desire to take, to be passionate about our craft or our endeavors, speaking them into life and never reticent. Yes, I know there are obstacles that block the way sometimes, but remember, these are only minor setbacks that if we face them head on, can leap right over like hurdles and land on our feet running. We must never allow adversity to hold us back. Instead, use it as motivation, as inspiration to succeed in our goals. This is where the need to persevere comes in, hitting hard, cutting down adversaries, and taking no prisoners. Life is critical and hard enough without throwing other speed humps in our path. We are on a mission, folks, to be the best at whatever it is that we do. Champions who never slow down once they're near the finish line, but keep the pace. The word perseverance means determination, and we must use every letter of the word to continue to move forward, striving toward what we want most from this life. If I may quote and use John the Apostle, who said, and this is from Philippians chapter 3, 13, "Brothers, I do not consider myself yet to have laid hold of it, but one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead." Good advice and another lesson in perseverance over adversity. Once upon a time, I was afflicted with a debilitating condition, and I haven't completely mastered its hold over me, but I am much better than when I started out. And in case you're wondering what that is, I suffer with being introverted. It held me prisoner, literally. And, I was so afraid, just too afraid to walk out on faith, to speak my hopes and dreams aloud. You see, if I couldn't speak it into reality, then it remained only a dream. But, I had to conquer that fear. I had to realize that God did not give us a spirit of fear. He gave us the spirit of power to do great things with that power. And the power comes from Him. So we can only do good things with it if we choose to. Or we can let adversity smother us and keep us down, hold us back. And that's what I want to tell you today, folks, that we can do anything we set our minds to because we have the authority to do that. And at the time, I wasn't even aware that there was a name for what I had. And all I knew is that I was just so shy and reserved and, just extremely quiet and hardly ever vocal, if I wasn't around my family. And then there were some family members that, that I was so shy that I couldn't even, hold a conversation with. But, I had cousins that were my age and a few that were maybe, a little younger or whatever, but I could hold court with them. We could talk just about anything, but I felt comfortable in their presence to be able to do that. But then, as I matured and got out, into the real world and had to get in situations where, I had to be social, I had to force myself to engage, in conversation, to look people directly in the eye and to do all of those things that being introverted stops you from doing. It holds you prisoner. You're so afraid to do anything. It's like you're within a nutshell, and the only way to come out of that shell is you got to come out fighting. And so, and I had to do that. I had to to learn what my strengths were. I had to learn what my weaknesses were, and my weaknesses outweighed my strengths. But now, they're pretty much neck and neck. I'm getting stronger each and every day. And I know that I am because I'm able to do this show, albeit I do it not on camera. I do it with a microphone and with a computer in front of my face, but still I'm able to do it. I'm able to speak to you without clamming up, without being so afraid, of stumbling over my words and getting tongue tied and all of that stuff. But, even more than that, I've authored books now, and I've held, meetings and also tutored a class once, a university class, and was scared to death. But once I got in front of the class and stood up and started talking to them, and they started responding to me likewise, it was like all of that fear, all of that nervousness, it left me. And, and so I'm so much better for it, that I'm able to conquer my fears, to persevere over adversity. And that's what we're talking about today. Getting over those things that hold us back, that hold us down, that keep us captured. We want to be free of those things. And, this disorder, it plagued me until I found my strength, until I found my salvation. And my belief in Christ gave me the courage to face my fears and to live my visions. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to be able to persevere over adversity, no matter what it is. It may not be, having a disorder like I had, or like I still do have, but I'm getting better with it. But other things that hold us back, the fear of being successful. I've had that fear before too. I can't help it. I'm flawed. I'm not perfect, and I'll be the first person to tell you that. And that's why I wanted to do this show, to let you know that it's okay to be flawed. It's okay to be afraid, but you have to learn when to fight. You have to learn when to not be afraid to move, to take a step. Because if you don't, you will always be in the same position that you started out. And you can't win a race like that. You have to win a race by participating. And that's what I want you to do. Even if you don't believe, we can agree that the power of positivity overrules negativity every single time. Because it does. And I learned that all things are possible, and that it all begins with the belief that I can if I try hard enough. I discovered that there is most certainly perseverance over adversity if you apply the effort to make it so. Now, how will you allow it to affect your life, your goals, and your future? Nothing is insurmountable if we choose to move forward and never give up. All right, folks, that's all I have for you today in my little 15 minutes of of weekly wisdom for you. Bringing it to you 15 minutes or less, that's my goal. But I just wanted to share this knowledge with you, share this information with you for whoever may be out there struggling with what they want to do and they don't know which foot to put first. All you got to do is take that first step. And once you get moving, you'll continue to move until you reach your goal. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to reach your goal. Set goals for yourself. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to dream, and dream big. You don't have to limit yourself, because you can make yourself who you want to become. You just have to remember that first and foremost. And also, I cannot wrap this show up without saying this. Tomorrow is worship day. It is the first Sunday. It is communion day at many churches and at my church as well. So take somebody with you who may not know the Lord, who may not know the word, who may need to hear a word, a positive word of assurance. Take them with you tomorrow to worship with you on Worship Sunday, and pray for somebody, because we all need prayer. It's important to have that in your life. And tell somebody that you love them, because tomorrow is not promised. Today may be the only day that we get to say that. And until you hear my voice again, I love you. I hope you love me back. God bless you, and goodbye.